Welcome back to the channel, you guys. I am so excited for week 4 of our Spotlight Collab Challenge. This week we did a slasher theme, and I chose Freddy versus Jason. You get 2 iconic villains for the price of 1 movie. So you really can't lose with this one, and there was so much that I got to add in detail and axe through the face. Hi, if you are new here, my name is Sierra. Criminal Claws is my channel, and I would love it if you liked and subscribed to our channel. You're going to love this video. I went all out for these nails. I get it that they're not cute, trendy, pink, whatever. But that's not what you're going to get here. You're going to get fun off the top of the dome ideas. And I literally freehanded, or what is that when people just do a freestyle set? Yeah, freestyled it. Freestyled it over 3 days. Literally, literally, it took me 3 different days, like 3 hours the first day sculpting and shaping, and then like 4 hours one day doing art, and 4 hours another day doing over 10 hours into these nails. So you better love it. I love you guys. Let's get into this video. Listen, this set is bomb diggity from Shitsville. Do you hear me? Oh my god, an axe through the face and a knife nail, and then pop art, crystal lake nail art, and thumb love with Freddy versus Jason. Oh my god, I couldn't have, like, I'm obsessed with the axe to the face. I've never seen that done before. I wanted to try it, and it turned out so awesome. I'm so proud of myself. Pat on the back, Sierra. Listen, we are going to go through the acrylics that I'm using. We are going to go over Freddy versus Jason, the movie, and everything that I applied to the nails from the movie that I love. And we are going to go over everybody in the Spotlight Collab Challenge because this is week 4. It is over. This is the last collab video I will be doing. If you want to go check out any of these lovely ladies, everybody's links are down in the description box, and you can go check them out. Please go check them out. I am just going to run through their IG handles, their YouTube, go over their banner. I'm going to go over all the sets that they have done through this Halloween collab and show them off really quickly, because if I pay attention to everybody and talk about everybody specifically, it is literally going to take forever. And I have too many kind words to talk about all these lovely ladies. So we're going to keep it simple and short today because I've already spotlighted everybody throughout this month. So let's get into this. Here we are starting out with the knife nail. I had no references to go off of. Literally, I was going off of memory of what I believe a knife would look like. Listen, I am every psycho female, okay? I know what a knife looks like from memory, all right? We know what knives look like. So I think I did pretty damn well. Not having anything to go off of, I think I built a pretty cool damn knife, okay? A knife for nails, like, hello, Freddy, like, his whole definition, knives for nails. So, all right, listen, we are going in with Punani Power, but this is a mix that I made up a long time ago and added glow pigment to it. I did not realize that I grabbed this. I did not mean for it to glow. You're going to see it throughout the video after I pull it out of the lamp, this blue hue. And after I add the gel nail art, it just don't make sense. It's actually really annoying. I did not want glow nails out of this set. So total mistake. I did not mean to. I'm not showing a picture of the glow because it just don't matter. It was a personal acrylic that I made for myself, never meant to grab for. So, all right, let's get into these lovely ladies of the collab while we are sculpting these nails. And also I go in with the ultra fine fiery red glitter acrylic that is Be Mine from our Valentine's box from Criminal Claws, and the rest, everything else is just Punani Power with the glow acrylic. Literally, I sculpt out the 3D art, and then the knife handle, I just go in with Black Beauty. So, all right, listen, let's get into these lovely ladies. All right, so here's Tessa from Sweet Tea Nails, and here are all of her week collab videos and nails that she has done. Now, this is the creator of the collab, and I love her so much. She truly is a real friend of mine. So I hope that you guys go and check her out. Like I said, links are down in the description box. You will love her. You will. Her personality is freaking hilarious. I'm obsessed. Like, I love her so much as a friend and a mentor. She goes over lots of techniques, and she really is just a gem to have in your lineup of YouTube subscriptions. So make sure you go subscribe, show love. All right, next we have Nail Addict Shee, and here are her submissions for the collab so far this month. Now, if you want to see these lovely ladies slasher theme sets, make sure you go and check them out. Like I said, Nail Addict Shee or Sheena is an amazing mother. She seriously is just so bomb. She puts out mad content. If you want somebody that you want to get mad content, you want to jump on YouTube and know there's going to be a new video somewhere in the lineup, definitely subscribe to her. Now, here we have Angelic Vampire 74. This girl is such a sweetheart, and I love how much content she puts out. She puts out content of doing her daughter's nails, of doing press-ons. She sells her press-ons. She is truly an amazing human being that I love to talk to. She is just so sweet and kind, and she is that friend that everybody needs. Seriously, she just always has a kind word to say, and she can really make your day better. So make sure you go and check her out. I am truly happy that I found her through this collab. I did not know her before this, and I couldn't imagine not knowing her now. Now, here is Emily, which is Queen Nutmeg and PudPud and Emily. It's the Chronicles of Queen Nutmeg and PudPud and Emily on YouTube. You guys, oh my God, when I say that her UK accent is just gorgeous and amazing to listen to, you are going to love listening to her. And I love all the little slang terms that we are American. Listen, I'm American full and through. Like, I just love listening to accents, and her accent is literally dreamy, and the way she talks, she is so funny. She just says the craziest stuff. Seriously, go check her out. Her art is cute and fun and quirky and funky, and she does so many collabs. Definitely go and check her out. All right, so those are the lovely ladies from the collab. I hope you do go and check them all out. They all are amazing. Now, back to the set of nails. I went in and sculpted out Be Mine, the glitter acrylic, and now I am encapsulating it. And then we are going to go in and do an ombre. Now you've already watched me sculpt the middle finger, which is a regular stiletto nail. And now we are going to do this ombre, just building off of the free edge of my natural nail and building that into a tip and then going over it. Now, I ended up building an ombre on my thumb that I did not film, and I totally suggest, if you are going to build an ombre with glitter acrylic, that you build out your nude nail bed first and then ombre the glitter up over the nail bed. It is so much easier. Oh my God. Trying to ombre nude acrylic over such a fiery, bright, vibrant color was hard. And it got on my nerves. I haven't had this much struggle in a long time trying to ombre, and I truly struggled. I went in with tiny bead after bead, and I was just pissed because it was not looking correct. I got it good enough in the end, but hey, after all that work, it better have turned into something or whatever. I mean, it's still not. I don't want to talk about this nail anymore. I'm pretty sure I have PTSD from trying to ombre this nail. Like, you can see how many tiny little wet beads I went in with, and then finally I just gave up. I was like, you know what? It's gonna have nail art. Let's just go with a faraway look for this one. So I do like to encapsulate my glitter acrylic nails right after laying the glitter, just because it's still kind of wet, and I do like to wet my glitter with monomer before encapsulating. It really does help to keep from getting those dry white patchy spots. If you've ever encapsulated glitter before and you've gotten foggy spots in your clear acrylic, something that can honestly help you is wetting your nail before you encapsulate it. Wet it down with monomer, and the clear bead will slide down over the nail a lot easier. So here we are going in with the knife nail, and I am just building out the handle of the knife with our Black Beauty acrylic. Now, the thing with black acrylic, you really have to be careful with it. It will stain a nude nail. So I had to go in and make sure that while I was building that I was using monomer to clean up the pigment that would get smeared across the nude portion. Yeah, it was kind of hectic. I almost wish I would have just built it out with the nude and painted it black. Honestly, I'm starting to like that way of building out 3D nails just by building them with nude and painting them. So, all right. Do you guys like slasher movies? Because I'm obsessed and I've literally just binge watched horror movies the entire month of October. Binge watched. I've made my kids watch them. I feel horrible. I'm a bad mom, but my kids do love Chucky. So that's a plus, right? So my childhood, literally, I loved horror movies, but I loved Freddy Krueger. I loved Nightmare on Elm Street. I love the fact that he like attacked in your dreams, even though that's kind of wienerish, right? Because Jason, he straight up kills you in person. And if you got any type of muscle or fight back, like maybe you could have a chance. But Freddy in your dreams manipulating you, I don't know. It's kind of wienerish move. It's kind of pansy if you ask me. But I love Freddy. I love him. I love his aesthetic and his skin just ripping across his face and his knives for fingers. Like, ugh, I love Nightmare on Elm Street movies. They are seriously psychotic. So, if you ever watch Freddy vs. Jason, in the very beginning of the movie, it lays out this plot of Freddy waking Jason up from the grave. Freddy gets into Jason's dreams, which I don't get because Jason's heart isn't even beating. But Freddy acts like Jason's mom, and she says that he needs to wake up and go to Elm Street, that the kids there are being bad. And all of a sudden you see his heart beating and stuff. Really, it was just Freddy in his dreams. It was not his mom, but Jason listens to mama, right? Okay. So Jason goes to Elm Street. And the reason why is because the reason that there was such a long time period in between movies and Nightmare on Elm Street movies was because the parents got hip to Freddy and they was like, you know what? He's killing them from fear. He's able to get through them through fear. So if we just make the kids forget about him, then they can't fear him no more. So what they did was all the kids, listen, these parents, man, all these kids that remembered Freddy got put in a mental institution. And so when Jason comes back, nobody remembers Freddy. So Jason starts killing. Freddy literally sends him to the house, like 918 Elm Street, whatever. That's the house that like all the massacres in the original movies happen. And he sends him straight to that house to murder, right? So when the murders happen, then everybody started questioning, like, what's going on? Who would have done this? And the sheriff, who remembers Freddy, speaks out. Like, he's like, what if it's Freddy? What if it's Freddy? And the kids overhear him, and they're like, who's Freddy? Who's Freddy that killed our friends? And literally, it just gets the whole cycle started. And Freddy starts to gain ground back on Elm Street. He literally could not kill anybody, could not even get into people's nightmares. And all of a sudden, now he's able to get into their nightmares, right? Oh my God. Okay, so now we're doing the nail with Freddy's shirt. Freddy's shirt is a striped shirt. It is ripped and torn, a knitted shirt. I wish I planned on going in and doing the green and red stripes and making it worn looking, but this was the first night of nail art. The first night of sculpting was over with. This is the second night, and this is nail art, and this was the last nail I did this night after the knife. So I totally forgot to make it look worn and old, like a ripped up sweater. I had planned on doing that and I wished I would have, but it's still cool. It's cool, whatever. So I go in and I'm building out now. What's really cool about the Freddy vs. Jason movie is that the kids in the mental institution, some of them are getting put on this sleep medication. It literally makes you forget your dreams. But then other kids are like just in a coma. They don't get to wake up. And they're just they're on these IVs of this drug that makes them sleep and not dream. I forget what the drug's name is, but it is like the bane of Freddy's existence. So that's what this nail is. I am building out a 3D syringe of the I keep wanting to say ethanol, but it's not ethanol. It's a medication that makes them not dream and stay asleep. So I'm building out a little 3D syringe, and then I'm going to build out two little, you know, Zanny. No, shut up. Anyways, I'm going to build out two little sleeping pills, and they're just going to say Z's on them, Z, 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 so that it kind of gives the impression that obviously they are a sleeping pill. So listen, this psych ward, this is where the shit really went down. And if you have ever seen like the whole Snake Freddy head thing eating, oh my God. Ugh. Literally, it was like, ugh, I can't do it. I'm going to insert a picture, and I hope you guys love this image because watching it in the movie for the first time seriously creeped me out. Now, the kids go back to this institution to wake up all of the other kids. And these dumbasses, listen to this. Okay, so the sheriff speaks on Freddy, and he's like, oh my God, what if it's Freddy? And everybody's like, shut up, people are going to hear you. Don't let the kids hear you. Well, a kid hears them, goes to school. It's the girl that lives in the house that is the iconic house on Elm Street, where everything originally started. And which, if I remember in the very beginning, it was her, the original girl in that house, her parents, that burned the glove knives in the boiler room downstairs when it still had a boiler, like in the furnace. Literally, that was the reason why he was able to get a foothold in that house to begin with. But, okay, here, listen. Oh my God, we're building out the axe. Okay, so I'm going in with Sisterhood Rich because this is a nice brown handle for the axe. And I am just making it super thin, and I wanted to make sure that when I did my art on the nail that I could still see the art under the axe. So I didn't want the axe to be super big, and I'm seriously going off of memory from what an axe looks like. So I'm just building the top part that would hold the axe, the metal axe part, a little bit thicker, and the bottom part where the handle is, the very end of the handle, a little bit thicker also, because in my head, that's what I remember, I guess. So we are building out the axe itself, the metal axe. I'm just building it with nude, and then I'm going to paint it with a silver gel polish. All right, so you may be asking, like, okay, if it's Freddy versus Jason and Jason is helping Freddy, then why is it Freddy versus Jason, right? Okay, so listen. Oh my God, I almost dropped something in my coffee. Okay, so Freddy is trying to get a foothold in these kids' dreams and crap, right? So in one of the girls that he actually catches passed out at a party, drunk, of course, because these teenagers are bad teenagers and that's why they have to die. This is like so rooted in millennials' memories that if you are not a virgin, that you're the first to die. And in the horror film, like, so when any, like, if your lights go out as a teenager, if you are a virgin, you feel safe. In real life, like when the lights go out or if anything creepy happens, like you look at your friends around you and you're like, yeah, you're not a virgin, you're dying first. So but anyway, so the girl, okay, so I put a little axe point in the middle. I built that out. That's where I'm going to put that axe that I made. I'm going to attach it to that. But I want to build a face around it. So I wanted everything to be proportioned. That's why I put it there, so that I can make sure that the face was proportioned with the axe that's going to go through it. And I am just literally just putting in the tiniest little details to make it look as real as possible, even though I know it's not going to look totally real. Actually, I did not spend that much time on this face either, honestly. But anyways, so the girl passes out drunk at the party, and her boyfriend was the one that died initially. Look at that glow. Did you see that? Literally, after pulling it out of the lamp, it glows blue. It's so bright. I should release this as a color. But anyways, I keep getting sidetracked. ADHD. So the girl passes out at the party or whatever, and Freddy goes to kill her in her dream, and he literally has the power to be able to kill her. He's pretty sure that he can do something to her, and all of a sudden, she just has this hole appear in her chest and disappears out of the dream. And Freddy knows, like, somebody just killed her, and I know it was Jason. And sure enough, in the real life, Jason went to that party and killed the girl. He killed the guy that was like on top of her, pretty much ready to do the nasty with her while she was passed out. Yeah, that was great. But Jason went to kill. Maybe he was just being, chivalrous, just trying to protect her. Yeah, right. After killing her boyfriend and then kills the guy on top of her, killing her in the process. Okay. But he pretty much just shoves this huge pipe through the guy and it goes through the girl too. And Freddie is pissed. Like, listen, I need my death count too. So that is where Freddie versus Jason starts. Freddie is getting sick of Jason. And let me tell you, Kelly Rowland in this movie, oh my God. I love Kelly Rowland. I'm so sorry to the Beehive, but Kelly is my favorite. She is so wholesome. I love her so much, and I truly think her voice is way better than Beyonce's. All right, so I can tell you a trick to drawing out faces is using shadowing and making sure that you mix your browns and blacks that you want to draw out the nose and stuff with, mixing them with base gel and making them super transparent because you want it to be there, but you don't want it to stand out like a comic book character. You truly want it to look more reasonable and real looking. And then when I go in and I am painting people, I make sure that I think about when I do my makeup, how I contour my cheekbones with makeup. So I use, don't forget your eyebrows either. You just don't forget the eyebrows. That will seriously make something look cartoonish that you're not going to like. So I contour the face with brown base gel mixed with, or brown gel polish mixed with base gel, and that truly adds like definition to it, making it look a little bit more real. And I'm tossing in some white teeth because he is screaming. I know that you're gonna think that I should have put blood around the axe handle, but honestly there was so much detail that I put into this face, I could not bear to cover it up with blood. So this is, think of it as the initial axe going into the head before the blood comes out, right? Right, okay. So here we are contouring the face with just brown base gel, or brown gel polish mixed with base gel. And then I go ahead and top coat the nail, and then where I put that axe initially in the middle of the head, I go ahead and I add a little bit of acrylic to the top of that and squish on the axe. This axe is, it turns out so flippin' cute. It was so hard to hold with such long nails though. Like, it was so tiny. I could barely hold it with these long nails. Like, it was so funny. I was fumbling around with it forever. But anyways, all right, so we go in and we put it on with a little bit, and I make sure that I keep going in on the sides of it. I'm building out the sides with more acrylic, but I'm also continuously shoving up against it because I want it to be a thin axe. I don't want it to bulge out at all. I just want it to be a one cohesive piece. So I'm going in around the edges, up under the handle, going in at the top, and I just keep smushing it in and making sure that everything is filled in, but super thin. I do not want it covering the eyes. I want everything seriously looking like you can see all the details. So now, since the axe is attached, and I did attach the handle of it to the nail with some more Sisterhood Rich, so the very base, the handle is attached. So now we are going in our little syringe of sleepy time meds and our little, candies or whatever. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm going in and I am just painting them. I paint out the syringe handle with white, and I paint the needle end with the silver gel polish. Then I go in, the pills are white with Z's on top, and then I go in and fill in the syringe. So I want to know, what is your favorite slasher movie? I have so many. Seriously, one of my favorite horror movies is The Hills Have Eyes. It's so disgusting. I can't stand how disgusting The Hills Have Eyes is, but I am obsessed with horror movies. I love being freaked out. I love all of it. Horror movies are my favorite. This is my favorite time of year. I really had to go all out for this set, and I am so happy that I did. Now, here we're going in and we are putting the notches in the syringe, which tell you like how many milligrams you are getting of the medication. And then I go in and actually outline it in black just because it was kind of hard to see Honestly, all the details blended into that glitter background. I really wanted it to be noticeable. So I'm going in actually outlining the 3D part with black. And then anything that kind of gets out of control, I just went in and cleaned up with a dry brush and some alcohol. Now, I ended up actually getting black gel paint on these little candy pills, whatever, and curing it. I did not realize that somehow I got black gel polish on them, and somehow, like, yeah, I cured it on there. So the final result, you can see the Z's, but for some reason, there's black around the pills. So yeah, I kind of got mad about that. Now we are going in with the axe head, and I am going in with silver and just painting the axe silver, and then going in with our brown gel polish and adding streaks to the handle so that it looks like real wood. And then I actually end up going in and making the axe matte. So I go in with matte gel polish, and I went over the nail initially before adding the axe with shiny top coat. And now I'm going over the axe itself with matte, because I don't think an axe is shiny. And I really wanted it to have like a different texture than the face. I wanted it to stand out, and I'm so happy that I did. Now here we are going in, and I am just doing a generic Elm Street logo. I go in with the red, and then I go in and outline it or add little black shading on some of the lettering, like on the right side and the underneath. Usually I choose a side and I will add black to that side of every letter. But the thing is, oh, here, I actually took my red gel paint and mixed it with alcohol and then flicked it on the nail. And it really does look like blood splatters. So instead of using a straw, if you ever want to do blood splatter that looks real, instead of using a straw, just mix your gel paint onto a thing and add alcohol, make it super thin and runny, and then just add it to a brush and flick the brush at the nail, and it will do pretty realistic blood splatters. Now, the thing that I wish I would have changed about this nail is that I wish I would have done it in pop art. Look at that glow. You can see it already. But I wish I would have done it kind of in pop art style like I did the Jason hand. I'm kind of mad at myself for that because it's cute and all, but it doesn't really match the other nail. These literally could have just been two separate designs. I really could have just posted one and then posted the other. I spent so much time on this set. I'm not lying when I say, like, literally sculpting. I spent 3.5 hours sculpting and filing. And then on one night I did some nail art and I spent about 4 hours. And on another night I spent like probably 4.5 hours. So yeah, that's way over 10 hours of nail art. And the reason why is because, and I cut all this out, I actually tried to do boobs for the axe. Like, I wanted it to be a girl's chest because Jason, like, has a thing about girls that are sleeping around. He doesn't like it. So here we are doing the pop art drip. So I went in and created red drips, and then I went in and kind of added white lighting. This is supposed to be a reflect that you make yourself. Instead of seeing a light reflect off of it, you're creating a light reflect by putting lines on the drips where you imagine there being a reflect. And then I am going in with a darker shade of red, and this is really hard to see on camera, but in real life it seriously looks really good. I go in with a darker shade of red and go at the top of the nail, and then some of the drips on the side, and then outline it and top coat in shiny top coat. Now, here we are getting into Freddy, and when I say that I had no images to go off of yet again, usually I have a second phone that I have charged up, and I look at images on that phone to do designs off of, and then I record with my personal phone that I actually use day to day, but I could not find that phone to save my life. So I went off of memory in the outline of Freddy. And then I pulled my phone down and pulled up Freddy versus Jason, the side views of them, and kind of got an idea of what I wanted to do, and then put my phone back up to record and actually went off of memory again. So whenever I make mistakes, I just clean up with some alcohol and wipe everything away as clean as possible. But yeah, I actually did this from just kind of looking at the picture one time and going off of memory. But I am very, very well versed in actually drawing faces. I really have always loved drawing faces, so it's not really all that hard to me to draw faces. Now the hat, that was something that actually kind of got me. I really wanted the hat to look realistic, and it was kind of hard to get it to look realistic. So I go in with black base gel or black gel polish and base gel and shadow it, like make shading on the back side of it. And then I go in and try my best to make teeth, but it wasn't working. So I decided that I was just gonna fill in the mouth with black and then go in and do the teeth with white little streaks, right? I did make a mistake. I went in with white first, and I thought like I could just shade them in the teeth, but it didn't work. So I that was for nothing. Don't go in with white. Just do a black mouth and then go in with white teeth. So here we are going in and making his ripped skin. And all I'm doing is dry brushing a little bit of that red gel paint across his face, and then using black and red gel paint, which makes a darker shade of red, and going in around the edges of that and making it look a little bit shadowed. And then I go in with black lines and kind of add his features, like where his cheekbones would be. Here we're going in with Crystal Lake, which is a blood drip pop art style. I'm really liking the way that this Crystal Lake came out. I wish I would have done Elm Street like this, honestly. But I didn't, and hindsight is 2020, so, you know. This was actually really hard to do. Honestly, the lettering was pretty thin, and I had to outline it, and that was really hard to outline this, like making blood drips off of something so thin, and to have to outline this thin lines, like, it was seriously really hard. But don't forget when you are doing pop art that you need to add your white lines, which are the reflex, and you need to add a little bit of a darker shade on the other side. Wherever you add the white line, you need to add dark on the other side. It really does bring out the pop art effect. Now, I am so happy that you guys watched. Did you guys make it this far? Damn. I don't know if I could do it. This was such a long set. I could not. Oh, wow. Okay, so here we're going in with the Jason mask. And again, I had to do this from memory, but I know Jason's mask from memory. Literally, I know the little red triangles. I know the holes. I know it. So this one was fine. And I did do more of a generic version of it. I did not add that much detail. I just added shadowing. Whenever you do faces or, you know, things that you want to paint that are more realistic, shadowing is where it's at. It really adds so much definition, and it really makes the picture, it really just makes it. Honestly, the littler the details, the more little details you can add in, the more it's going to come to life. Just remember that. Like you see this now and you know what it is, but it looks cartoonish. But the more details that you add in, the more realistic it gets. So just don't forget, like, just keep adding the tiniest, dumbest little details. If you think it doesn't matter, it does. It really does. And then, yeah, we're just about done. Seriously. I hope you guys love this set. I'm obsessed with the axe through the face. I will say it again. The axe through the face is my favorite nail that I have ever done so far. Literally, I'm obsessed with it. I hope you guys try something like this. If you do, please tag me on IG or here on YouTube if you have a channel, and I will come and support. I hope you guys loved it. I loved it. I'm obsessed. Oh my God. I've never. Look at how Freddie turned out. He really did turn out so good. Uh, like pat on the back, Sierra. You really outdid yourself with this one. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. I'm thinking about doing a Jeffrey Dahmer set. I hope you're here for it. All right, you guys, if you would like to join the next Spotlight Collab Challenge, please DM at Spotlight Collab Challenge on IG. We would love to have you. All right, guys, love you. Bye.